I can't find my head.
It's pretty typical, yeah.
Very typical. I couldn't find the chat.
How is everyone
Oh,
tonight?
I think it's just us right now for a couple of minutes. Let's see. I just got to talk about Cleo again now.
Man, I feel like the more we learn, the more freaked out I'm getting. Grossed out, freaked
Hey,
out.
Brown's mermaid. Well, what I'm waiting for is them to release who the woman is, or if they know yet. And we've got about an hour and 10 minutes before the book club starts. Hello, Marlene David. Hello from Texas. Hello from Maine.
Hello from also Texas.
And the diaper thing that clicked with me today just kind of what are you guys' thoughts on Cleo's doll collector and the fact that he had an accomplice helping Cleo bathe and dress and brushing Cleo's hair? That really disturbs me more. I think I felt bad for him and I was okay with like the fact that maybe this guy is this weird, sick, mentally disturbed. But for another person to be okay and involved in this is absolutely mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I don't know why it makes me angrier at the woman. Like, I'm still angry at him. Nothing he did was right. But I don't know. As a woman, it's really making me mad. I don't understand how you can see somebody suffering without their child, hear about it all over the news, know that there's all of this chaos going on, and you're just sitting there, okay with it.
Yeah, 7 miles down the road from the house. So you have to ask yourself, do these people have the same doll fetish thing to where they want a real life doll? Or, like, how can there be two people that think the same way? It's, oh my gosh. Ah.
I thought that until I started looking more online and found what I found earlier.
Oh, yeah, tell them a little bit about what we've. You don't have to go into like serious detail and we'll show them, but that was
Yeah, all I'll say
crazy.
right now is that there are a lot of guys who specifically go out with the mind that they are into Bratz dolls and
Mm,
do make up these whole personas and sex lives with them. It's bizarre. Like,
mm.
I know doll fetishism is a thing, but I wouldn't have pinpointed that Bratz dolls would be such a thing.
A scary thing. Like there, it's so scary. This guy wrote a blog about what he did when he brought his little Yasmin doll home. It's scary. But how is there a woman involved? Like, and you were saying your little thought of the woman is you think that she's the one wearing the pants.
Well, you have this guy, and right now I don't know it for sure, but I'm thinking this guy is so mentally disturbed. I just feel like there would be somebody there who would be more of the brains. What is her involvement? What is the motive for her to want to do this?
Exact. That's the question that I want to know. What kind of woman does that? Maybe she's mentally challenged and he takes advantage of her. You can't have two people that are and they don't even live together. It, let's go. I want to talk about let's go hear what the classmate says about good old Clarence back in the day. Let's see if they thought he was normal or if he was a creeper.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I didn't read it yet. So, Cleo Smith found Terrence Kelly's classmate says he displayed no unusual behavior. How is that even possible?
I don't know. Mental illness is weird. Sometimes for certain conditions, they don't typically see signs until your early 20s. So maybe this is something, if it is a mental issue, that reared its head later.
It's something. Let's see what this says. I didn't see what this video was here. It might have my future husband on it.
Taken from the home of Cleo Smith's alleged abductor during a forensic search, which could last. A Bratz doll is among several items taken from the home of Cleo Smith's alleged abductor during a forensic search, which could last weeks. There are reports Terrence Kelly claimed the room of dolls was for his daughter, but he had no children. Pencils, markers and crayons have also been taken from the home.
Do you notice how they have that bed wrapped now with the green cellophane on it? Probably to keep the DNA attached to it.
Could very well be.
I am really not sure if this is the first time that they collected a child. That's what makes me scared, is I honestly think, hey, vaping bachelor. Oh, please, don't even lurk. Look at him lurking in the bushes. I haven't seen him in over a year. But what if it, like, I'm not sure if it was the first one.
Well, when you tell me
It
they
might,
take the carpet out of the house, I can't believe it's the only one then.
they took the whole entire house carpet out of the house. Like, they didn't even, they took everything. They said they're going to be there for weeks. And you see in the video that I just showed, they have that green cellophane wrapper around that black bed, the frame. We're just here, just gonna talk, guys. You got anybody who wants to come up and talk? I'll drop a link in the chat. We're just yapping because I can't wrap my head around this.
It's a lot.
We know that they're waking up over there right now, having some coffee, and it's time to fill us in. Everyone is thinking that the lady the police are looking for is connected to the family in some way.
Lisa, I don't know if there's any more children missing. I know that there was an attempt 10 years ago at the blowholes, but that's all I've heard about.
Yeah, vaping, that was like over 2 years ago. But here's my question. My question is, yes, I understand that people black out the windows. It's probably hot as anything in the summer in Australia, especially in that area because it looks kind of sandy. But still, I wonder how long he's lived there. Thank you, Mama. Hi, Angel. How long? I wonder if we can find that out, how long he lives there. And I want to know, like that doll collection too, that's not overnight. Like you just don't have that many dolls overnight.
I'm still interested to know if there was a camera in that room.
And one of the dolls, a little doll eyeball camera. How creepy is this? This is
I mean,
creepy.
if you get on Amazon right now, you can find a camera for literally anything. Plug-ins, light bulbs, anything. I don't know. I mean,
Guys,
why keep her alive unless you're maybe airing it out or I don't know. I just
that's
feel
the
like
whole thing. How do you keep a child alive for let's go back to the diapers that really freaked me out when I thought about it today. So we know that the guy was out buying nappies for Cleo. We also know it didn't even ring in my bell until today, even though Iconic already knew that Ellie said it, but I must have heard her with the nappies instead of the diapers and didn't even pay it mind. But you're buying a 4-year-old diapers who is potty trained. So why are we buying Cleo diapers? Because we're going to lock her in the room for so long. She's just going to use her diapers. So then where does the lady come in play? Like, what in the entire F is going on? You can't make it up. You can't make this shit up. Who is normal, the classmate says. Let's get back to that article. I got excited. Can't make it up. I don't know if it's evil. If anybody wants to come up, don't be shy. Come tell us what you think. I don't think it's evil. I think it's freaking like. My question is did they have a doll thing together and they played with little dolls and put them in their little positions with their little personalities and Facebook pages? Because we know that each of his dolls had its own little life, which is so bizarre. But was she a doll player too? That's the thing. Are they from the same role play doll community? And they thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to get a real life doll?
Because thinking back on Facebook and various other places, there are communities for adults who do like to collect and play and all of that with these dolls.
We showed you guys the pictures. We'll show it again in a minute to where he was putting his little dolls from his Facebook post kissing each other. Just weird stuff. So this woman went to school.
Some gestures are full of tenderness, and others are full of strength. Some are easy, and others less so. Some are essential, and some just enjoyable. Le Gruyere AOP, the taste of Switzerland since 1150.
It's off.
Okay. I hear it, but I can't hear you.
Abductor during a forensic search.
It should be done.
Last weeks. There are reports Terence Kelly claimed the
sounds like a news article.
Is it
there
gone?
We go. Yes.
Okay. So basically, he was normal. No unusual behavior in his younger years, and says his alleged abduction of Cleo shocked, infuriated, and saddened her. I went to school with Terence Kelly, or Terry as we knew him, for many years, a long-term local and former classmate said. I didn't notice any unusual behavior. He was just one of the kids that I grew up with. His recent alleged actions have shocked, infuriated, and saddened me, like they have most people that knew him. I'm sorry, you are weird, dude. The woman said she also knew Cleo's family and considered them friends. Well, that makes it a very small little neighborhood, huh? The woman that went to school with Terry knows Cleo's family. She reprimanded skeptics, telling them to dig as hard as you want. You won't find anything on them. They are a lovely family. They have just experienced one of the most traumatic events that any family could ever endure. The loco said Carnivan pulled together and showed its love, determination, and unwavering support in the pursuit of finding Cleo, and one man's alleged actions did not define the town. With thanks to the Western Australian Police Force and the Carnarvon community, above all, community of Tonkin Crescent, Cleo has been reunited with her family. My favorite picture. And we all know the rest. I love that picture of Cleo. You're a nice guy, Jake. We forgive you. We're kidding. Guys, what do you think about this? Do you think this lady was like, listen, you can't be. Could you imagine? Okay, here's me sitting here, and then I get a phone call, and my friend says, "Hey, come over. I just kidnapped that little girl, and she's playing in the Barbie-filled room." What?
Yeah, who says, "Let me come help"?
What in the
Okay, because these are $1 million on the table. All you have to do is go to the police. You don't even have to go to them. You can just walk outside and scream, "I know where Cleo is," and you would be $1 million richer. But there was something so much more valuable to keep her in that little room, to be in there with her and keep it secret, knowing that you don't even have to be involved. Why?
You see how Iconic pulls out the big numbers? $1 million reward, but the woman would have rather have combed and brushed little Cleo's hair. Now, I'm not being mean when I say this, but he's not the best looking guy in the world. I mean, you got a room full of Barbie dolls. You got a door locking a child in. You're buying her nappies. You're brushing her hair. You're clothing her. But you could have $1 million. You could have $1 million in your pocket and do the right thing. What? H-Bird in the house. What? Hey, gamer guy. Jessica, hello. What in the entire F? What is wrong with you? And how is she still missing? Was she the mastermind, like you said?
Cool Cat Lady said she thought he was also the woman. And earlier we were talking about the potential that maybe, and I mentioned it in the comments, mentioned it, if he was cross-dressing and maybe she just didn't know the difference. But I think they've actually confirmed there was a woman at this point.
I have to laugh at that. Could you? Okay, it couldn't be any. Hang on a second. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this out without laughing. It couldn't be. Now I'm starting to think of the movie Split, because it couldn't be any more scarier. Is to have little Cleo in the room playing with dolls, and this man is going out and changing into different characters and coming back into the room. Listen, if that was the case, I am going to check myself into a mental hospital. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I would be on an airplane to Australia because I would have to see this shit in person. Can you imagine? The movie Split, and he's going out there and dressing up like a woman and coming back in. What?
And he's just acting like it's totally normal. Yeah.
Could you imagine, guys? Hey, cool cat lady. Could you imagine the guy walks out of the room and goes into his room and puts on a dress and lipstick and does his little Bratz makeup look and comes back in to act like a woman and brushes her hair to make her feel more comfortable? I can't. I got to mute down. You got to talk for a minute. I can't even fathom this. You know what? What if that is the case? What if that's why they can't find her? Because really, how would Cleo? You know what? I'm going to get me a brown paper bag. I'll be right back.
But I mean, think about it. Bratz girls cosplay, Marlene. That's right. I just don't know. I mean, I feel like at this point you could tell me either scenario is true and I would probably believe it.
Can you imagine? Holy shit. That takes it to a whole another level, because I really couldn't imagine a person not wanting $1 million to bring a child safe to your home if you're completely cut from the same cloth. Maybe he's got a twin sister.
If you're living in that kind of condition too, like assuming that it would be another Aboriginal, you would think that the money would be even more of a reason to be like, hey, let me do the right thing here.
But yeah, but not only that, but $1 million.
Twin bed out on the back porch. Why is there more than one child's bed? Why are we taking the carpet out of the house?
That's what I'm saying. So these, you want to explain these to Marlene? The other ones, I don't think they realize. This is his doll collection. This came off of one of our doll collectors' Facebook pages. But you can explain what he does with his little friends.
Yeah, so each one had a description under it, going on to state their likes, their dislikes, their passions, their hobbies.
Okay, wait 1 second. 1 second. Beep, beep. I'm sorry. The reason why we do not have the descriptions, guys, is because we were on the Instagram. This is Instagram. And we were looking at it. And then this morning I said, Iconic, that link is broken. But she actually happened to get a screenshot of the dolls, which was
from now on, I'm taking way more screenshots.
But she can explain to you what he said about these little dolls. It's creepy.
Yeah, so imagine like the little guy right there. It would have his name, his birthday, his aspirations, what he does for a living, just kind of going on to just explain who they are. And then whenever you see them in different positions, there'll be like a little brief, like there was a little boy doll sitting on a toilet with a bottle of air freshener, and it says like "no shame in my game." It's really weird. But that's what brought me back to the Facebook pages is do these dolls, being that he's given them such personalities and characteristics and even goals and what they want to achieve in life, are these dolls correlating to those fake profiles?
My God, I can't even breathe. I keep thinking about him dressing up like a woman and coming back into that room.
But his hair was so long. I mean, he could have, I don't know. I don't want to think about it.
I mean, as quick as they found Cleo and the work that they did to bring her home, regardless, tips, this, if that man did have anything to do with finding Cleo, I think he deserves part of the money. No doubt, if he definitely stirred them to the direction and made Facebook posts or said something was going on. I think, of course. But I think the money should go into that neighborhood to fix it up and clean it up for those people to have a decent place to live in instead of shattered glass, kids being attacked by dogs, drugs. But this guy, I mean, let me go back to Twitter and see if there's any updates. How could you not find this woman? Is there a woman?
I don't know. It took them a little bit to find him, so I'll hold out hope.
Yeah, I never want to see a doll again as long as I live. But that is strange. I never even thought about him. Now I'm going to, between the diapers and him dressing up like a woman. Oh my God. That really makes more sense though. I mean, unfortunately it's crazier, but it makes more sense because I couldn't imagine how another person would be involved and okay with this, especially not a partner living with him.
I don't know. You ask me if I want to help you break a crime or ask me if I want to be rich today. I'm choosing the money.
And I'm sure if that lady is in the neighborhood where he comes from, that money would definitely do a lot of good. It makes sense that he's cross-dressing and going in there and acting like a woman to make Cleo feel more comfortable, maybe like there's a woman there. Oh, my mind. Oh, I can't. And then I'm going to end it off with the lullaby book. Oh, I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
Hummingbird, that's if there was a female.
Hummingbird, what if this man, because they can't find the female, let's go back to Twitter. Well, they might even know who the female is and we just don't know yet, but let's just play devil's advocate again. Even though I'm not into conspiracy, I like to put it all out there and see, what sticks. I'm only kidding. But what if, H-Bird, this man was going and dressing up as a woman? Because before I finish it, let me put this out there. Wouldn't it be better if there was a woman that the woman would be the one going and buying nappies so it wouldn't look so suspicious for Terrence buying nappies? Right.
I don't know. I think I've sent my husband out to buy diapers a ton of times.
Yeah, I get that, but your husband is a legitimate father. This man is not a legitimate father. This man is portraying that he had a daughter. But Hummingbird, we're thinking that maybe this man is going and cross-dressing into a woman and then going back and changing Cleo, bathing her and brushing her hair. We're just putting it out there to make Cleo feel more comfortable. What if there is not really a woman? And like Where is that question about the cosmic? Here she is. Marlene, Bratz girl cosplay.
Which I did see a lot of that online.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think it's a scary outcome altogether? This is like one of the most horrifying cases I've ever heard of. Like, this is bizarre. But what do you guys think would be a better outcome as far as like the mental state of mind? That there is a female that's actually there helping take care of this real life doll come to play act, or would it be more disturbing if it was him dressing up as a woman?
I'm going to say I'm going to be even more mad if there is a woman.
Let me show Hummingbird a picture of... He does not look like a woman, but he has long hair. And as scary as it might have looked if he was dressing up as a woman, I think I couldn't even imagine poor little Cleo if that was the case. Oh my gosh.
She's 4 though. I mean, would it be hard to convince a 4-year-old that it's a man or a woman? I mean, I feel like it'd be easier to trick.
But he had the beard. Nah, he had a full face beard when he got arrested. There's no freaking way. It's got to be a woman involved. Unless he was trying to do something with a beard. Because let's look at the picture of him being taken on the airplane. Yeah, he had a full beard. Unless I think I feel better. I think it would freak me out more to know that this guy was dressing as a woman, but he had a full beard. I think it would have been kind of weird with a full beard.
No, you're right. I was thinking of the other pictures.
Yeah. He looks, clean shaven, but when he was arrested, he was full bearded boy. Now that would be creepy. Now if we find out he was dressing like a woman with a beard, I think I'm probably going to end up in a rubber room. I don't think I could handle it.
Maybe it was a female family member.
Fully bearded guys teach makeup tutorials online every day. I've actually seen one. I have. I forget what his name is. I wouldn't put it past him. It would definitely probably freak me out a little bit. It's almost like a scary movie. Let me check the Twitter page and see if anything's new. But I want to show you a picture that I actually found about the way that he was raised. I don't know how old this picture is, but it was actually pretty sad.
Ooh, Jessica, he does. She said he looks like the Castro guy that held the 3 girls hostage for over 10 years.
Yeah, Ariel Castro in Ohio. Yep. He kind of does look like him. There was a picture, an old picture, of, I think it was actually, it looked like maybe like an orphanage or a boys' home to where he comes from. Just,
everything about him, and I mean this with all due respect, but everything about him looks thicker in that picture versus the pictures of him in his own environment. Like his hair looks thicker, his face looks thicker, his beard, everything.
yeah, that's why I was saying, like, even that one comment earlier, like you have to really look and think, gosh, is that even him? You have to wonder. I can't find that picture now. I'll post it on my community page if I don't see it here. It was just like a black and white picture, and it looked like 2 rows of people that were like maybe in a boys' home. And then it had like a white man on the far left side of it. And the man was talking about what a rough life. Second person involved.
Yeah, he really does need help. I worry about if they'll do any kind of mental evaluation. I don't know how that works over there. I feel like he doesn't belong in a prison. I think he definitely belongs in a hospital with everything we've seen, but I don't know how Australia does that.
I mean, he's beat himself up twice and put himself in the hospital. Just again 2 days ago. But it was a sad picture. Hi, Kelly Bird. Hi, Norma. It was just like a picture of it looked like a group home, 2 rows, and a white man at the end, and like a group home for Aboriginals and all. It was just sad, and I guess that's how he was raised, but he wasn't because his grandma. We heard his grandma earlier. She raised him. The boy with the beautiful black curly hair. I really couldn't imagine him dressing up like a woman. How creepy would that be? I was hoping that they would come out with an update of who she was, if they had her.
It may take a little time. Vanilla asked if you're on WA today.
On Twitter? I'm learning Twitter. WA police, right? I follow them. Let's go have a look. What am I looking for? What's new on the WA police one? Top. Here we go. November 3rd. Oh, that's sad. I don't get it. Let me see the comments. I'm not sure what I'm looking for in WA
Kelly
police.
said pretending to be different people is his thing. He is the woman.
Hi, Tilly. You think he's the woman? Oh, that's a movie. That's just going to freak me out if he really is the woman. Why do I don't know. I have a feeling he might be the woman. I honestly think it would have been easier to send a woman to buy the nappies if you're going to have her come over and, I mean, why not just pick him up on the way over to comb and give her a bath and comb her hair?
But what was that for her?
But you don't live in a town like that and go into a store where everyone knows you and buy diapers all of a sudden. If you had a woman that could buy them, it would throw the scent off.
I'm buying them for my neighbor. They couldn't get out of the house. They got a new baby.
Yeah, with a 4-year-old missing. 7 miles away. I don't know. That's gonna completely throw me for a loop. If this man with a full beard is going into another room and dressing up like a woman to take care of her, I think that will like just I would have to say I might have heard it all. It's so weird. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've ever heard in my life. And the Bratz doll article, where this guy Michael goes out and buys a Bratz doll. Well, I'm not going to get into detail, but the whole article is explicit and it goes into detail about touching the doll, unpacking the doll. He basically has sex with his Bratz doll. You can't make it up. You just can't make it up. But when do you cross the line from a doll collector to wanting a real life doll? And how is a female okay? How cute she is. And how is a female okay with coming over and combing her hair and brushing her hair with $1 million reward? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm starting to think that not only is he a creepy doll collector, but he's a cross dresser. And he took care of Cleo. That is going to really make me feel disturbed. I think I feel violated already thinking about it.
The sooner they can just come on and say that's not accurate, the better. I'm hoping they do. Hummingbird, she was potty trained though.
Yeah. Ella, the mom said that Ellie said that Cleo was definitely potty trained and she hasn't worn nappies in a very long time. So there might not have been a bathroom in the room that he kept her in with the lock on the outside of the door. Right, Mama Lisa? How she embraced that officer? She's like, oh, thank God.
A normal person.
Look at the way she's playing with his hoodie, too.
Oh, yeah, Hummingbird, that could be an excuse.
Yeah. But everyone knows him in that town. Like, who on God's earth are you? He even told the guy that painted his house that he had a daughter. He probably had to have said something when he went in there to paint the room and he just saw 3 walls full of dolls. 2 beds, blacked out windows, and they took the carpet.
It was 18 days, Tilly.
She was there 18 days. And she came out with her all clean and wearing little clothes and her hair was brushed and
there was a bed in that room.
Let's go look at the doll room again. Yeah. The doll room. See, I was stuck on him buying diapers. Now I'm stuck on the fact that I have the weirdest feeling that he was dressing up as a woman. That would be so freaking creepy. I don't know why that creeps me out, but that really creeps me out. The thought of it. There's the bed. You got one bed inside with the same frame, and now one bed outside, and now that bed is wrapped in green cellophane. Exactly, Mama Lisa. Whew.
Angel, we don't. Physically, nothing was done to her. Physically. We don't know mentally yet. And they said it'll take as long as it takes to question or get any kind of information out of her. And so far, the only thing that she has revealed that we know of is the hair brushing and that there was maybe a woman there.
She said a woman used to come over and brush her hair and bathe and clothe her. But how come I don't think that you involve somebody else in something like this that wouldn't say something with $1 million reward? If I had to bet money on it right now, I would honestly say, regardless of the beard, I think he's dressing up as a woman. I have to pray he doesn't. That's disturbing. And if that's the case, what if he actually thinks that he's the other woman from not having a mom and growing up the way he grew up? This is so bizarre. The same place where Jake works, supposedly, he worked at the mine, but not with Jake, Cleo's stepfather, but at the same place. And supposedly he followed Cleo. Oh, thank you, Mama Lisa. That's appreciated. What was it? He followed Cleo's mom Ellie on Facebook under Natalia De Luca. Yep. Natalia De Luca. Oh, right, gamer. David, Silence of the Lamb vibes. I think I actually said that a couple of times. It's starting to sound like Split too, and then you have to wonder, what if he really is doing the cross-dress thing, and he actually goes into that whole entire character?
Like that's what I kind of feel right now.
Aw, thank you, Mama. That's a lot of money, Norma. A $1 million reward for information leading to Cleo. And you've got a woman popping over once in a while to comb the little girl's hair, but they can't find her, and she would rather comb this little girl's hair than return her for $1 million, and she doesn't even live with the guy. I'm going to probably bet that he's cross-dressing. If I had a bet right now, and I would have to go with, I don't think a normal person without a dull understanding like this could even be a part of it. Especially, I mean, he's not like any rich knockout type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely not. I mean, I don't think I would just be like, oh yeah, let me help you. You're so hot. No. For me, I just don't understand. If I had two options, helping you be a freak or getting $1 million and turning you in, I'm turning you in every time.
She said, help you be a freak. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I could see if maybe that was like the live-in girlfriend, or they were like a married freaky little couple that met like on a Bratz fetish site, whatever. But yeah, I don't know if I'm buying that there's a lady who actually came over there. I'm thinking that he might have left the room and put on a dress and God, who knows what. I can't even, and I'm not laughing because it's funny, guys. I laugh because I can't wrap my head around this. Hey, Pol Pot Noodle. Vanilla, yeah, Kaz is in the hospital. She'll be okay, but she's having some little stone issues. So hopefully she'll come to the book club. Oh, stop. What did Pol Pot Noodle say? Say that name 3 times. Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're starting to think that he might have been. You know what I keep visualizing besides that movie Split? If you guys have not seen the movie Split, Split, go check out the. Hey Luna, go check out the preview for the movie Split. About a guy that's got like, I don't know.
His mom.
But another thing, his mom passed away from MS. He grew up in a boys' home part-time, and then he went to his grandma, who left very nice words for him. The girl that went to school with him said that there was nothing weird about him. I don't understand how that's possible, but whatever. A woman supposedly has been coming over and combing Cleo's hair and bathing and dressing her. So we wonder if there's no woman, but we've got a split personality. But now I keep seeing that movie Dress to Kill. This is how old I am, but I was kind of young when that movie came out. And I keep seeing Michael Caine in the elevator. Like, what is going on? I don't know if that's creepier. I don't know what's creepier. The whole thing is creepy. But him cross dressing as a woman to make Cleo feel better, or a freaking another whole individual that's okay with the situation.
Yeah, either way you look at it, not good.
Hey, Angela Van. He wanted to act like Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, gosh.
At least Mrs. Doubtfire had like a real reason and knew. Like, he wasn't doing it to be a sicko.
And when they questioned him, why didn't Kelly mention that there was a lady who was helping him take care of Cleo to take a little off pressure of him on being such a creepo? The more that I think about it, the more I keep thinking that I think this guy was putting on some pantyhose. Right, Norma? Dressed to Kill? That was a scary scene in the elevator. Me too. That was a great movie. I love the part when they came out and he put his face in the pie. Oh!
The movie Split was amazing. Yes.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that movie Split, that was definitely, this guy had so many personalities, but he would literally change and dress into them, and that's what I keep imagining. I mean, don't you guys think, hi Brooke, don't you guys think also that if the two females that he was arrested with would have been like brought to some type of light, like they're being questioned, whatever? But no, they're asking, and the police never said a female. The police are saying what Cleo said, and then my future ex husband flew in from wherever he came from to Carnarvon. And they're looking for people that have spoken to Mr. Kelly in between the time that he had Cleo. You can't make this shit up. Hi, Marie Deathy Deals. Can't make it up. You just can't make it up. Bearded and trance. Interesting. But if you're 4 years old, do you think that Cleo, I mean, I don't know. I think any of my kids at that age would have known definitely something was off with a man coming in with a beard, unless maybe he put a veil on his face. I can't. Maybe he was. Is there a genie Bratz doll?
Oh, I don't know about that.
So let's talk about the guy Mike that bought the Bratz doll. We've got a few more minutes, and I have to get ready for book club. Brooke says at 4, Cleo could have just believed it was a woman because of long hair, women's and clothes and makeup. I agree, but he does have a lot of facial hair. I agree with that too, but maybe he was dressing like one of the genies from one of the. Listen, he could have put anything. Maybe he put a COVID mask on and she was using a COVID excuse. Who knows? Who knows? It wouldn't even be weird for the woman to have a mask on coming in with COVID these days.
You're right.
Mama, I love everybody that comes in here. I love the small little group of unbiased people that can accept everyone's own opinion, because we don't have to agree, but we don't have to bite each other's faces off if we don't. And then, of course, the Hot Wheels comes into play. I don't even want to think about why he has Hot Wheels. The Genie Bratz doll, is that even a thing? Do I even want to know?
I honestly don't want to know.
Well, he's going on his third day in prison at the most nefarious prisoners of all time in Australia, where it was definitely a clean prison. I mean, those prisons here don't look like that. But 14 taser or 11 taser, that guy was like a fish out of water. I couldn't even watch it. I don't know, guys. I'm really going to put my money on the fact that I'm starting to think that he was a cross-dresser and he was dressing up as a woman. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with my spidey sense, and I'm going with curtain number 1. But no, Matt. Yeah, but when you think about it, maybe she came in and says, "Oh, I might have, the COVID, and I don't want you to catch it," and something like that. And that's just weird too. But when you think about it, with COVID and using that to cover the beard, you could get away with the excuse with a 4-year-old.
It doesn't take much to really look different. I think a lot of us are feeling the cross-dressing thing right now.
Right?
Which, I mean, do you? I don't have any problem with that. It's literally just this story that it becomes any kind of weird situation because of the situation.
It was hard enough to try to wrap the mind around how another person who was not like legally tied or living with him could possibly be involved in this with that reward and where he lives. And I mean, it's not like we're making fun of where the man lives. It is known to be a project housing community. It's called Crescent, what? Tonkin Crescent? I mean, look it up. It's government housing in Australia. The cops don't even go there. The taxis don't go there. They watch little kids get attacked by dogs, drugs, alcohol, and violence. Just there's too many little things. I think if there was a woman stopping over, I think the woman would have bought the nappies. And if he is going to... I can't even think about it anymore. What is wrong with people?
Social media, I think.
How many of you in here put a 1 in chat if you guys think that he was dressing up as a woman and taking care of Cleo? I'm just curious. It's a diaper, Angela. They call diapers nappies. So they were keeping Cleo in diapers at 4 years old, even though Ellie in the first interview said that Cleo was potty trained and she did not wear nappies for a while.
Oh, Marlene, apparently there's multiple Genie Bratz dolls.
I am not going to read this article. I'm going to show the article just to show you that there's some weird shit going on with these Bratz dolls. And I'm going to have to assume that Kenny's obsession was definitely Bratz dolls. I'm just going on a whim here. I'm totally speculating on the fact that he has Bratz sheets. He likes Bratz dolls. He puts his little Bratz dolls in positions, and his Bratz De Luca account, all of his accounts. How nuts is this guy? Hey, Shredder. Shredder, we have come up with a whole...
You did say Kenny.
Yeah, David. This is so... Okay, Shredder. What did you miss? You were here earlier, right? They're saying that there is a female involved. Hang on, one thing at a time. Let me find... It's called Mike's Sexual Fetish for Bratz Doll. Now, this is part 2. I don't even want to see part 1. And we're not reading this because this is one of the dirtiest things. This is like reading Barbie doll porn, and I'm going to be honest.
I had to read it to Mar earlier, and I was even embarrassed just to do that.
I was embarrassed listening, but I'm like, girl, just go ahead and read it. But she left a lot of the words out because I was like on the end of on the floor. It's loading. It might not load because I'm in Australia. Oh, it loaded. Oh God. Uh, Listen, guys, we're not reading it. It's graphic, so I'm giving you a warning if you don't want to look at it. Now is the time to close your eyeballs because it is bad. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. I'm gonna give you an idea. And I'll just go to this part right. Okay. I'm going to leave that little part right there. If you want to read it to them, it's nothing really bad in this part. You could totally handle it with the boner conversation. Yeah, just give it a little read.
I was so excited to get one of the hot little dolls all for myself. I wanted either Yasmin or Chloe, easily the sexiest of the dolls. I love their beautiful eyes and puckered lips. I love their sexy, long, soft hair. I love their gorgeous makeup and sexy outfits. I had finally made it to Target, nearly popping a boner as I walked down the Bratz aisle. To my disappointment, there wasn't much selection.
When she read that part the first time earlier, I think I actually did a freaking split out of my back door.
Oh, Lord. To my disappointment, there wasn't much selection. After some searching, I had found her. I chose the Yasmin, all glammed up, designer streaks doll. She was perfect. She was wearing a sexy denim and gold dress sort of top. She was on par with she had on a pair of white leggings and black high heels. She had on a bit of pink lip gloss and light blue eyeshadow. Her long, dark brown hair was gorgeous with a purple streak through it. I wanted to buy all the dolls there. I was having fantasies of Bratz doll orgy. I had reasoned, though, and didn't blow. And that's where it cuts off.
Okay, so not only does it get completely sexual to the point where this man gets naked and this doll and him have a complete good time together.
Oh, multiple times.
Yeah, it's weird. You know what? If you guys, this part's not bad if you want to read this next part, but this is where you can just see how freaking bizarre this is.
He couldn't wait to get home and have some fun. Once he finally arrived home, he was the only one there. Immediately tearing Jasmine out of the box. Holding her in my hand, I felt girly, but so turned on. I ran to my room and began to play with her. I held her and looked at her for a while my D grew. I was running my hands through Yasmin's soft hair, and I was getting incredibly turned on. I was hornier than I'd ever been. I looked at her gorgeous face and began to kiss her. I was in heaven as my lips met hers, my tongue going onto her mouth. I was actually making out with a Bratz doll.
All right, don't read that T word. Don't read the T word. Yeah, don't read the T word. Yeah, so this
gets worse.
Yeah, if you guys, let me drop you guys the article. If you guys want to read it, I was laughing so hard that I was disgustingly crying. I don't know what I was doing, but I couldn't believe what she was reading to me. I felt like I was abused. You abused me.
Reading this to you guys.
But that was not bad. That's the article, just to show you how crazy these people are with the dolls. But you have to ask yourself now, okay, Shredder. So that's what we want to know. Here's what we're thinking. Let me check the Twitter. Let me get this crazy crap off my screen. Yeah, Shredder. Supposedly the newest news is there's a female that came over and was combing Cleo's hair and changing her and whatever. So, and also he was the one that went and bought the diapers at the store in a town where everybody probably knows everybody. So my question is, if there was a female, why didn't the female stop and buy diapers so it wouldn't look so obvious that this guy was buying diapers with a 4-year-old 7 miles away missing and all over the news? So we were thinking maybe there is no female Shredder, and this man goes into the other room and dresses up as a woman to take care of Cleo. I'm just kind of throwing things that I just started thinking of. But I think that honestly would make more sense in my mind than somebody being okay with this and not collecting on $1 million reward. Because I'm taking the money. You
Every
better
single
not,
time.
Kenny. You'll probably get stabbed. So
Yeah, that's
that's
a
the
very good
question,
choice.
Shredder. How do you feel about and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Everyone who knows me knows. I just go with what I feel. I think about things. If something pops into mind like this, I think, God, doesn't that make more sense?
I mean, they leave so much out. You kind of have to work your ways through all the scenarios and see what makes the most sense, like you said. And I don't know why this seems to make the most sense.
And I don't know why I thought it hummingbird. For fuck's sake. That's hummingbird, I'm telling you. It just makes, you know what? And that might explain why she can't be found because there's no update yet on a woman being found. It's just a mysterious, and the only thing that they can go off of on this hint or clue or words is what Cleo told them. A lady would stop by and comb my hair, bathe me, and change me. I'm gonna throw up. Let me drink some water because I can see it. I can just see the movie split when that door opens and he comes in and they from the kitchen with that little shirt on with the little buttons acting like the woman in the bunch. I can just see this guy doing this.
And for me, it's just so weird that one of the first things she would divulge about the time she spent in that house would be my hair was brushed. It wasn't I got to play with really cool dolls. It wasn't I was scared and locked in a room. It wasn't, any of these things. The first thing we're hearing is my hair was brushed. So how much were they brushing her hair that's what she wanted to share first?
Yeah, the first thing I said to Hummingbird and Iconic was my youngest had hair like Cleo's, and it was the type of hair where you would brush it. They would leave for school, it was like fine, but a lot of it, and being a hairdresser, it always just looked stringy, like within 2 hours. I couldn't, and being a hairdresser maybe too, I kept focusing on, but I could not. The first thing I noticed was, my gosh, and I said it to H Bird and Conic, look at her hair. It is so clean. I just I'm gonna have to go with that. You heard it here first. I am convinced that he's the one dressing up as the woman taking care of Cleo. And it's okay, Jessica, to be into conspiracies. We love everything here. So when do you think about it? When do you cross over from wanting to go from dolls to a real life doll? And why on so now that could explain why he was always kept to himself. The windows were blacked out. He was very quiet because he's dressing like a woman too. I can't even. All right, girl, we got like a few more minutes and I've got to get over and start book club. And how come he never mentioned the woman one more time when he's being questioned in this nefarious jail with these prisoners? How come he didn't mention a lady to make it look better on him?
Yeah, he totally
Because
could have thrown someone under the bus.
yeah, if they're going to involved, she's going to be found by the police. So we're not mentioning that and why. We'll see, I guess. But the guy did drive around combing his brat's hair, saying he loves taking What was his express? What did he say, Conic?
About
Driving around with his dolls.
Oh, he likes to take them for drives around and selfies.
Exactly, Kelly Bird.
Lisa, to go to the book club, you go to Discord.
Exactly, Kelly. I went back and listened to The Neighbor again today. We played it, and not one time does the neighbor mention that a woman was also being seen going to that house. My bets are on this dude. He's got a split personality. He might be playing a mama role, and I don't even want to know what other kind of role. And hopefully he's nothing like Michael.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm scarred after that.
Norma.
I'm sorry.
Let me show Norma one more scary thing. They do have life-size dolls. I'm not even going to show it. It's crazy what you can get into with these dolls and rings and Facebook pages of Bratz dolls. Like everyone is selling their Cleo doll now. It's like sick. Search Bratz Facebook group and go look at them selling their Cleo dolls, Chloe dolls. I think so too. Split personality. I'm going with the split personality, and it's just going to make it that much more creepier. All right, Kenny, you're in Australia. Keep us updated, please. Let us know if the female is found, because we know it wasn't one of the two females that he was arrested with. So let's go for females 3, 4, 5, and 6, and not. He might have personalities of females 3, 4, 5, and 6, but I think they live up in his little brain and shit. He might really have split personality. That's you can't make this up. You can't make this shit up. Everyone have a great night. Thank you for coming in. Keep your babies safe and stay vigilant. Iconic, thank you, like always.
Thank you, and thank y'all.
I love having you up here because we love you so much. Her and I mostly disagree on a lot of things. That's what's cool about us, because we can discuss things and not be like,
bounce ideas.
Kelly, we're glad you found us.
Yes.
Shredder. Wait, so Shredder's okay with our theory? Yeah, did he do it? Did he do it because he's got a split personality, or did he do it because he was sensitive to make Cleo feel better? I still kind of feel bad for this guy. I'm still mad they took him barefoot on a plane, but hopefully that was his decision.
I think with the Facebook photos, definitely split. With the profiles, it's definitely split for me.
I'm going to go with cross-dressing split personality right now. Very strange shit's going on. But we'll see what happens next. All right, guys, have a great night.